Oh my god. Yep, this is my favorite one right here. What's up, legends? Helldivers 2 has a specific type of mission that is currently out right now that is able to give us well over 60 samples in one measly 15-minute game. And no, it's not that hard to do. The mission type in question will pop up when we get the fan campaign like this one right here we see in Estenu. It's currently out right now, and these will be these evacuate missions right here. Retrieve essential personnel. Now viewers beware, the following content is not democracy approved, meaning we'll likely be losing our missions if we're doing this solo, but with a group we can both win as well as get all of these samples. So let's go over how to do the fastest sample farming method out right now, completely solo. So I'll be spawning here on the edge of the map, and I'm gonna be bringing in an Eagle Airstrike to deal with the masses, a rail cannon to deal with any possible Bile Titans, a jetpack to go really fast, and an arc thrower to both open containers as well as get rid of swarms. Now we'll be starting here on the pretty much on the edge of the map, and we'll be going in a circular like motion around the primary objective, as you will see here in a second. So we start in, drop in the arc thrower, let's call in the jump pack, and it's time to get dirty. So we look for the locations. The weird thing about this map is the reason why it gives so many samples is that it's actually a very small map, but it offers the same amount of samples as a really large map. So the density of samples is actually really big, as you will see here. Oh, and yeah, also this is going to be a great way to get medals as well. Usually I seem to get like 2 to 5 medals very easily just off of looting. And if you're playing with a group and actually winning these, then yeah, you're getting even more so. Also, yes, we are running on suicide difficulty, so we can get the super rare samples, but you can do this at any difficulty. Oh shit. All right, well that is not a great start. But let's get our stuff back right here. This just goes to show that even if you kind of struggle here at first, it'll still be fine. Let's pick up these samples. And, excuse me, sir. Oh, I can't reach it. Give me that loot. Alright, since he's standing there on my samples, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of them so I can get my stuff back. Yeah, you don't want to be fighting the bug breaches on this one. Not only do you not have time to go around killing, but the bug breaches on this map are called in with much more frequency. You pretty much can never kill them all. They're just gonna keep respawning eternally. So we just go from point of interest to point of interest. The map is really tiny, so all the points of interest are gonna be near each other. We're not likely going to be able to cover all points of interest as a solo player, but with a group, you should be able to. Have 2 or 3 guys just doing the objectives, and have 1 guy just doing this, what I'm doing, and everybody wins. So this objective here, usually in this mission, has something like 10 different samples, as you will see. Look at all this. Rare, 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 another one, and another one. 2 common here, but we're not done yet. More rare. So yeah, the density is really crazy. I don't know if it's glitched out or if they've done this on purpose, but yeah, essentially it just tries to stick in the same amount of samples as a large map, but on a very small space, which is what ends up happening here. So we're going to be looking here for flags as well as beacon signs. Oh, let me get rid of you. This is what's going to more easily tell us where the points of interest are. You can also, with this armor set that I have right here, you can go around pinging the map. And also you kind of get used to locations. Like for example, I'm just gonna go over this one because look at this in the minimap. It's got the diamond icon on the minimap. When you see this little diamond icon there, when it turns from a gem into this little icon there, it means that there is no samples on it, okay? There is no samples on the point of interest, so you don't need to waste your time on it. We're also gonna keep an eye out here for the super rare rock, which has a very distinct look. I'm sure we'll find it at some point. So far, we've cleared 4 points of interest, and all of them, we've gotten all these samples available. You know, I'm kind of thinking maybe I should have looted that beacon, because that beacon could have metals. It could have, you know, something useful for us to use. I think I'm gonna make my way back there after I clear out this point of interest here. So these types of maps only come when the defend campaigns are on, which I believe only happens whenever the game master Joel decides it should happen. Not exactly sure if there is. Woo. Okay, that went pretty far. That's really good. That's why we should bring the jump pack as well. I tried using the shoot generator in other runs, but I feel like the jump pack does work better to go from point A to point B. Let's see what we had here. Yeah, we had some metals, so there you go. I think we already looted metals twice, so we're already up to 4 metals. 15 common samples and 12 rare. Really good for only 5 minutes of gameplay. Continue looking out for points of interest. So as I said, just kite the bugs. Got a couple more common samples here. Oh, come on, pick it up. All right, I'm just gonna leave it. That's also another thing, by the way. It is not worth sacrificing your life in a way that you might... Oh boy. You might end up losing your samples in the middle of a bug breach just to get like one more sample. Essentially, don't be greedy, guys. You'll oftentimes get really tempted to be greedy at this, but if you just run into a point of interest, grab pretty much all of them and maybe leave 1 or 2 samples behind, it's fine, dude. Just go, just move on to the next one. You don't want to end up dying and losing all your stuff just because you were trying to get that last sample. Oh my god. Yep. This is my favorite one right here. That's amazing. That's what, like 10 rare samples? Fantastic. Fantastic. No, there's not samples here anymore. Also, as you come into these points of interest, as you do this farm, or as you just play Helldivers 2 in general, you will get used to what these points of interest look like, where the samples are likely to be. So you may struggle at first. So like I said, I see the rock there, by the way. Like I said, just get in, get as many samples as you can, and leave before trouble has arrived. It's not going to be worth sacrificing your life. You will start getting used to the points of interest, and you will loot them more effectively with time, but don't die over it. This one has a container door, which we can open with the arc thrower. Ow. Okay. More metals. Oh, what is that? Auto climb. What are we up to now? 6 metals? God damn it, another auto climb. Oh no, that auto climb is upsetting. That is very upsetting. Arrowhead, please give us a key binding for climbing, please. Auto climb kills me more than it actually helps. I don't know if that's just me, but anyways. We've gotten 6 metals. We're up to 43 different samples. Make that 44. And let's move on to the floating testicle. A super rare rock. Let's get it. So since we're going on the suicide difficulty, there's only 3 super rare. You could do this on higher difficulties if you feel like it. You know, personally, I generally only play on Helldiver difficulty, but for this farm, I do not think it's worth it. I do not think it's worth it. I think suicide just about does it. You're better off pretty much securing your win rate It's probably more important than going on Helldiver difficulty and just getting a shit ton of Bio Titans. That's not going to be worth your time. Let me grab here this sample. This usually doesn't have anything, and it's a 2-man door, and since I'm solo, not going to waste my time here. There's not going to be much. Yeah, okay. Let me move on from this one. So you see, I see that flag up there and I see a flag there. That's a great way as well to tell where the points of interest are. And yeah, if you're doing this solo, you will miss like a point of interest here or there. You're not going to be able to get all of them unless you're really lucky. Odds are you're probably going to leave behind a couple of points of interest. Try to grab as many as you can. This one doesn't have much. The density on this one is pretty standard. It doesn't seem to increase the amount of samples. That's also another thing you actually catch on, by the way, is some of these points of interest, they will have an increased density of samples, but some of them won't. Some of them have a limit, like the one we just did has 2 common samples. There's no variation of it that has more samples than that. So eventually that could be useful knowledge. Oh, that is awkward. Oh no, the charger's physics. Oh, that's rough. He just like slid down that little hill there. Oh, that was a couple of bad ways to die already. All 3 of them were pretty crappy. Alright, moving on. Got another flag here. Charger came out of the floor. This one is usually here in the back of these containers. There's lots of rare samples. Look at this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I saw the common sample there, but I'm gonna leave it. Not worth my death. Move on to looking for another one. We're up to nearly 60 samples already, which seems to be about the average amount I tend to get, between 50 to 60. I will admit sometimes I do fail. You know, sometimes I just get caught in like a, you know, I get trapped and I lose my, or I get greedy and I lose my samples in the middle of a bug breach and my reinforcements start going down and I'm just like, all right, that's not going to work out. So I back out. But yeah, sadly for democracy, this is not good, boys. Doing this, you are hurting the capture of the planet, so have that in mind. So try to do this with a group if you can. Personally, after this video, I am going to stop doing this, as first of all, I don't need more samples. I mean, I need a couple more sentry upgrades, but I'm not really concerned about getting them because I don't use sentry upgrades. But yeah, do try to refrain from using this unless you really need that sample upgrade, that ship upgrade, or try to do this with a group. So as far as I can tell, we've pretty much cleared just about every point of interest. There isn't much samples left in the map. So what I'm gonna go and show you guys real quick is inside where the main objective is. There's also a couple of common samples. Not exactly sure where they're located yet. Like, I haven't gotten used to it. But I do know that there are a couple of common samples scattered around primary objective. So let's search for a couple of them here. I already have 59 samples total. Pretty old, that auto climbed. What the f— okay, nothing here. One sample there. Nope, that wasn't a sample. Thought I saw a rare sample there in the back. Guess not. In this place right here, where is the extraction zone, there's usually a couple of samples as well. Got 2 more here to go. Already up to 62 samples. Make that 63. But at this point, I don't think it's worth the risk anymore. I don't think we should keep searching for samples. We're up 63 samples in only 15 minutes. I'm gonna get rid of this Bile Titan so it doesn't hurt me afterwards. Hit him with the rail cannon. Hit him with the 1-2. Give him a little eagle airstrike. Oh, make that 64. Damn, down goes the Bile Titan. Alright, now what I'm gonna do here to successfully extract, which I'm sure a lot of people will struggle with this part, just go far away from the extraction point. The objective will fail here. Let the extraction timer run down. Don't run back to the extraction point yet. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna mark the extraction zone, because the scout armor set will let us know if there are enemies nearby wherever we mark in the map, and we'll gain some distance here from the extraction zone. We'll kind of just chill until the timer kind of runs down. We did pretty good. There's 1, 2, 3 points of interest that we spotted but did not fully clear. That was pretty good. And there's probably 1 or 2 points of interest that we probably missed. It's weird how we have more rare samples than it's even supposed to be. 31 for 30 makes no sense. But yeah, I'm sure there's also lots of common samples in the main objective that we didn't get as well. We're just kind of chilling here, tagging the map, figuring out where the enemies are. So what I'm gonna do is, I know there's a couple of enemies a little bit north of the extraction point right there, as you see them glowing in the minimap. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna circle around them as well as the extraction point. As you can see, they're moving towards me. So here's what we're gonna do, right? Throw a grenade in the other direction and watch what that does. They're all going towards the grenade now. Now we're good. They went towards the grenade to investigate. I'm gonna throw another one just to, you know, secure it. Now we make our way back to the extraction point. We're pretty good to go. There's nobody in the extraction zone from what we can tell. Nobody is pinging. And let me make... Oh wait, can I even climb this? Oh. Okay, well. Go, go, go. That would be a really awkward ending if we didn't make it up. There is a ramp somewhere here though. There we go. Got scary there for a second. Alright. No more samples here. We cleared everything. Yeah. 64 samples. And what was that in terms of medals? I think that was 5, maybe 6 medals. If you're playing with a group and they successfully beat the game, that's 8 more medals. Now that'll bring you to about 14 medals in 15 minutes. That's a medal per minute. 4 samples per minute. It's a pretty good trade-off. Again, try to do this with a group so you don't hurt the liberation of the planet and you actually help everybody out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Get out there and get some samples, boys. Well, also I misstated. It's 6 samples for the victory, not 8. Anyways, that'll be all. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you on the next one. Peace.